Writing exam is actually very simple, but some students fail to create a study plan. And without this study plan, it feels very difficult for them to accumulate or for them to know what they're supposed to know before the exam. There is a saying that say that if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. In this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide on how to create a study plan. Without no further ado, let's get right into the video. The first thing you're supposed to know is to set clear goals. What are the goals you're supposed to set to understand what you're preparing for and to know how you prepare for it? You have to define your objectives. What are your objectives? What is this exam all about? What do I want to score? That is the first thing that will come to your mind. What do I want to score in this exam? I want to score 100 and above. For example, in this forthcoming jam, I want to score 300 and above. That is your objective. You have to set it out. You have to define it. If you don't define it, it's as if you are just reading. You can't just be reading. You have to define it to know your set objectives. Assess your current knowledge on the subject matter. Peradventure, you know this subject previously, but you need to assess your current knowledge if you still know all of that. If there are some things you need to go back to review before you progress with the preparing of this exam. These are the things you have to put in place if you're setting your clear goals. Number one is defining your objectives. Number two is knowing your current knowledge on the subject matter. The next is to gather study materials. The study materials in this context is what? Your notes, your relevant textbooks, the one that is being recommended, your class notes, and your past questions, because as you read, you're supposed to go through your past questions to be able to see if you can answer all the questions that in the past question. That means you actually read. These are the resources you have to gather in place before you can think of any particular exams. Okay, and also you can still go online to search for a particular thing that you do not understand, which will give you a wider knowledge or in-depth knowledge of a particular subject matter. The next is to break down study materials. Now, how do you break down study materials? Looking at a particular subject, you have to break them topic by topic, and in that topic by topic, you still have subtopics inside a particular topic. Okay, that is, you have subtopics, so you should break them like that way, so I can help you to understand this topic has a subtopic. Now that subtopic, this is what they ask from this particular subtopic. Okay, so a particular topic can have like 6 subtopics added to the particular topic, so you should know the subtopic and read it by their subtopic so you can be able to understand that particular topic properly. You can be able to understand it very well in case you see question from any subtopic in that particular area or particular topic. It will give you an edge. As you look at the subtopic, you must identify the key concepts. What are key concepts? For example, in physics, we have principle, we have laws. These are the key concepts. Most times, the law might not be asked, but the application of the laws will be used in solving real problems. Okay, so you must understand the subtopic, the concept or the principle attached to this topic. That is one thing you must know. Okay, so as a student and as a science student and you're studying physics, you should know what is like Ohm's law. This is under a subtopic in a topic. So inside that a subtopic that became a law. Now that law becomes a subtopic that is inside a topic. So you see, you must know the topic and know the subtopic and also know the things inside the subtopic. That will help you to get an in-depth knowledge of a particular subject matter. The next one is to create a study schedule. How do you create a study schedule? You have to allocate time and dates that are going to be used for studying and make sure you follow it effectively. Decide, for example, in a week you can say you're going to be reading 5 times in a week, but you have a particular time they are going to read that particular subject, and at that time, let me say by 5 p.m. you're supposed to read a particular subject. At that time you're supposed to read that particular subject on that particular day. So this is how to set your time schedule. Now you have to allocate time for each topic. If you are going to use like 2 hours to read a particular topic, like in mathematics, you can say you are going to use 30 minutes to read quadratic equation, 30 minutes to read simultaneous equation, and also 30 minutes to read almighty formula equation. Now these are the set goals and the time allocated for each of the topics you want to read. If that is not being done this way, you'll find out that you'll be losing out. So you have to set your plan and set your time, including what you want to achieve at that particular time, so that at the end of the day you can be able to achieve that. The next is to plan review and practice section. What do I mean by that? You don't just read and read and read as if is entering. You have to practice, you have to review what you have read, you have to practice by giving yourself question. You can use past question to practice what you have read, to see if you have actually assimilated what you have read. Do you understand? So in that way, you can find out that what you have read, you have missed out some points. So you need to go back to review it and still come back to ask your question, particular question. If you're able to answer it without forgetting anything, that means you actually learned it and it actually sticks in your brain. Then don't forget to allocate time for practicing. Okay, if you allocate time for practicing what you have read, it will help you to boosting your knowledge. It will help you to have, it will make you to have an in-depth knowledge of the subject matter. Now you have to review and analyze your mistake. So as you are reviewing, you're going to see that there's a particular thing I did not get. I missed out this in this particular one. Now I don't have to miss it again. It's what I just read, but how did I not forget it? But because the brain has not really have an in-depth knowledge of that particular subject matter, so you need to do a review and see your mistake. When you analyze your mistake, you can be able to look at it so that you're not going to repeat it again. Last on my list is to monitor and track your progress. How are you going to do that? Regularly track your progress, identify where you need more effort and focus on that particular areas. Okay, you can also adjust your study plan in such a way that you can be able to meet up your set goals. You're going to review your mistake and see where it went wrong, so you can be able to correct it, so that when you see that particular question again, you won't be able to fail it. When you do all of this that I've said, you'll be amazed that at the end of the day, you'll be happy with yourself, because when you see your score, you'll be like, how did I do it? How did you do it? You know that this brain is configured that it registers information. So if you constantly follow this study plan the way I've explained, you're going to realize that there's a lot of things that the brain has accumulated. And if you enter into the exam hall with this study plan I've listed out, you're going to come out with the flying colors. If this video is able to help someone, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification button to get notified each time I post videos. And don't forget to share this video so that other students that are preparing for the forthcoming exam can learn from it. I will see you next time in the next one. Bye for now.